since I graduated the academy. I'm a post-certified firearms instructor. Been teaching on the side now for about 3 years. And I shoot USPSA and IDPA in my spare time. Currently classified as an A-class shooter, so we'll get more into the USPSA percentages here and hit factor scoring here when we actually start shooting. But if you guys aren't shooting competition, I highly recommend it. I think it's the #1 way to increase your skills, bottom line. And there's a couple dudes here today that will probably say the same thing, like Andrew. He came to a class last year and now he's hooked on competition and his skill level. I mean, I hate to put you on the spot, man, but like from when he started shooting competitions to now, it's like skyrocketed. So highly recommend it. It's a phenomenal way to get better at what we do, whether you're in law enforcement or a civilian carrying for CCW purposes or whatever. The bottom line is, guys, even if you're not shooting competition and your carrying is done, whether it be professionally or as a CCW holder, we want to be as fast and accurate as possible. Speed and accuracy is the game, right? You can't have one without the other. Because if you're super fast but you can't hit shit, nobody cares. But if you're really slow and it takes 10 minutes to get the job done, nobody cares, right? We gotta have that balance of speed and accuracy. And I think that hit factor scoring at USPSA is the best way to balance that. And then just for my law enforcement guys too, I think it's a great way to run your quals as well, because I do think it kind of gives a degree of competition between you and your partners. And then I don't know about you, but for me, like when there's a little bit of competition, like John and I and Nate and I, like we go head to head on drills and stuff like that. You just wind up pushing yourself more, and that's just how you get better. Always having someone to chase and try and beat, to me, I think is also a great way to get better as well. So if you're not using hit factor scoring in your qualifications and you're in a position to make that change in your department, I would also recommend that as well. All right, so bottom line, speed and accuracy. One more thing that I want to add before I introduce my instructors here is, starting right now, I give every single person here the permission to fail today. I don't want to see pretty, small, tiny baby groups on your target, because what do you think I'm going to tell you if that's what I'm seeing on your target? Go faster, go faster, go faster. If you need to push outside your comfort zone, you need to be a little bit uncomfortable, see where the wheels fall off, in order for you to increase your skills and get better, all right? To find out what needs to be honed in on, what needs to be worked on in your own dry fire practice and your own live fire practice. If you're not pushing yourself and finding those weak points, then it's just what we like to call ballistic masturbation, right? Like you're just sending lead down range for no really true purpose, okay? So we're probably going to be pushing you guys outside your comfort zone today. I hope each and every one of you gets there. We're probably going to tell you to go faster, right? If we're not and you're just crushing it, then great. There is a time and a place for an instructor to just leave a student alone. If they're crushing it and I got nothing to say to you, I got nothing to say to you, right? But for the most part, we're going to try and pick out individual things for you guys to really hone in on and work on, all right? With that said, John?
Somebody's watch or somebody's
yeah, I think
GoPro.
someone's camera beat. All right, here we go. Let's do it again. Listen for this beat. Here we go. Stand by. Everyone, take it. Reset. Reset. We're going to do one more live, and then as a group, and then we're going to come by individually. All right? All right, shake it out. Point in on your target. Stand by. All right, that was good. All right, so on that last one there, the first shot broke at 22. The last shot broke at 32. So whoever's at the 32, you're a little bit on the slow side. We want to try and keep it under 25, all right? All right, starting over there with John. Wait for an instructor. This is individually.
Sir, are you ready?
Hey, what are you seeing and what are you doing?
Have him do 3.
Okay.
You ready, Keen? Yeah. All right, go ahead, present on target. Stand by. So I want you to not touch the trigger. Try your best. But inside the trigger, I'm not touching. Yep. Stand by. Good. 2, 3. Stand by. 2, 1. Stand by. Good. Looking pretty good. That was a 1-6 on that last one. How'd it feel?
Felt okay. It's I'm not used to that not being on the
Yep.
trigger.
So I don't want you to touch it.
Yeah.
Because if we're trying to go as fast and as aggressive, what happens sometimes is we lose contact with the trigger, right? We're shooting, bop, 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 our fingers just flying off. So I want to prepare for what is going to be the fastest type of shooting that I want. Because then once I touch the trigger, it's just easier.
That makes sense.
Because if I can go wham without touching it, and then I go, cool, now you have permission to touch it, you're like, dude, this is kick. Wham. Right? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're probably hitting the mat.
4 shots. Wait for the beep. 5 shots. Wait for the beep. Fingers straight, safety's on, holster.
Is that grip pretty new? Like,
Mine's holster, downrange.
I feel like I'm hitting that grip. That grip is
if that's what you're doing, you might need a stiffer spring for the mag or the mag release.
Yeah, it's always right there in that one spot.
Forward, downrange. All right, so how did that feel? What did we see? Hold on, sorry, we're gonna talk about it real quick. How'd that feel? What did we see? Dot returning. Did anybody start to lose focus? Like your vision, you feel your vision just start to open up, and then you're like, this is beautiful, it's amazing. You start to stare at the dot maybe, your attention starts to go away, right? Pretty, I think this is a pretty good drill in terms of like, I need to stay focused on the task that I'm trying to do, right? The same thing that Nate was talking about. How did that feel? How did it look, right? Typically after 2 though, we have a real tough time being like, how'd that feel? How did it look? You're like, bop, 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 that felt good. And then number 3 is like, what's for dinner, dude? Or, right? And that's where Eric talked about, it just turns into ballistic masturbation, right? If we're not in tune to the process, then you're just like wasting ammo. I don't have to pay for my ammo. Thank you to the citizens in the city in which I work. But some of you guys do. And then you're just like, well, what was the point of that? I need to be attached to the process. Is it returning exactly to the same spot that I wanted it to go to? And how is everything starting to feel? Did anybody's grip start to give up? Or you felt like you had to, we call it milking the grip, right? You're trying to squeeze back. That's just going into the pressures. Like I didn't have the pressure. They didn't remain stable enough. My hands started getting sweaty, whatever the thing is. And then I'm starting to lose it a little bit, okay? Any questions? First part, grip pressure, there's nothing that I can do to stop the gun from reloading. I'm not trying so hard. Number 2, I just need to look to the spot and allow the gun to get there. Okay? And then number 3, I need to make sure that my grip and the pressures remain the same, not like a Richter scale of an earthquake, but that it's constant, that no earthquake's coming. It's the same all the way throughout, so that the gun can do the same thing every single time. No matter if I ask you to shoot 2 rounds or I ask you to shoot 20, it's just sitting in that spot. Make sense?
So one thing too, we haven't really gotten into confirmation levels yet, but the confirmation level or the sights that you should be seeing on this drill, it should be like that bouncing ball, right? We don't want to be, the whole point of this drill is just to make sure that our sights are returning back to that same spot, okay? So if you're just sending it, and you're just sending red and you're sending it, you're not really getting this drill. You're not even seeing whether or not the dot is coming back to the same spot. Does that make sense? So it should be that bouncing ball. So it should be about like a 25 to like a 30 split. It shouldn't be anything faster than that, really, because then you're not really seeing the whole point of this drill. Does that make sense?
Stand by.
That looked good. How'd it feel? How'd it look?
A lot better.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I kind of dig your tip, your thumb thing. I'm not resting it on no more.
Yeah. Thumb is
Just
floating?
chilling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I was
Okay. Good. Good.
playing with it.
Yep.
Set it up again.
We're gonna do this 5 more times.
Stand by. Oh, yeah, brother.
Set it up. Set it up again.
So the thing is that I was able to hit the range of 1, so I took it at 10 too, but I pushed him to 2. I was like, what the?
Set it up again.
Yeah, boys.
Stand by. Stand by.
Forgot to remove the mag. Yeah. All right. Was that 5 more times? Was that 5 times? Okay. 2 more. 2 more.
Stand by.
How'd it feel? How'd it look?
I like that one. That was good.
Stand by. Alright, you guys are good and holster. Alright, downrange. Are we starting to tie it? That's kind of like an eye opener one. You press the first one and then the second one, it should be ending up in the same spot and not doing anything more, right? It's a really good one. As aggressively as you pressed it, if you saw something, however slight it happened, that's gonna translate when we start to go into this next progression, okay? So that's called 50-50s, or that's what I've heard it called as. One shot, but you're trying to pull the trigger as aggressive as possible. It's a good one for like ammo, like you're not using a ton and you can get a lot of information from it. But the goal is to go as aggressive as possible, almost like when you're trying to shoot doubles, which is going to be our next progression that we're going to get into. Does anybody have questions on this one?
Like that.
Yeah,
and this
your
hand, I can
your
feel
hands
it.
are like trying to, they're not staying the same.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Hell yeah, bro. 2-0, 2-3, 2-3. That quarter second, which is what we're looking for, and good little pause in between to tie everything together. Right? So then, if I were you, I would try to even go faster and tighten it. Like, I want to be critical. Like, I want to be as tight as possible to see where stuff is giving up.
Right.
Make
Okay.
sense? Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So you're in the 20. From the holes.
From the holes. Stand by.
I'm gonna step in front real quick. Step in front. All right. Let's just talk about starting position. I saw a couple of different starting positions. Probably should have covered it in the beginning, but a good starting position, like most USPSA stages, are going to be wrist below belt, right? So what I like to do is I like to have some reference points to make sure that my hands are in the spot that I know they're at, because not everything on your belt is going to be in the same exact spot every single time, right? How you put on your belt might be slightly off. We can try to get it in the same spot every time, but it could be a little bit off, right? So what I like to do is I like to rest my forearm on the grip of my gun here, and then the forearm on my magazine holder right here. And now I have index points, so I know where everything is at. This would be a good starting position. when the beep goes off, I know my gun's right here. I just come up and I'm able to get my gun out. And again, we want to get our guns out fast, quickly, right? So from here, I'm able to just go right to the gun. All right, we don't. There are stages that we could have wrist above and stuff like that, but for today, for the rest of today, we just gonna be wrist below. Just use those index points. All right, guys. All right.
All right, we're gonna do it 2 times at each yard line to give you an ability to see it twice. Okay. All right, one more time at this yard line. Stand by. All right.
All right. If you get anything outside the A zone, go tape it up.
Shoot better, tape less.
Yep.
Oh, no. That's one right there, buddy.
There's no line, bro.
That's broken.
How'd that feel, Lonnie? It looked locked in. It felt good. The second one felt good. Yeah, the second one was awesome. Just stacking them right in the middle.
That was the most accusatory. Like, how'd that feel, Lonnie?
It was.
Yeah.
Because I wanted him to be like, it was actually awesome. Because I think it was awesome. It felt good.
All right, 7 yards. 7 or 8 yards. We'll go and demo it real quick.
Hey, watch what Eric does. Like, we talked about the starting position, but with some of you guys, what I'm seeing is like, your starting position is different than what your actually firing position is, and you're changing the whole structure. It's adding time, a slower first shot, it's fucking you up. Also, it's just more work. See what actually moves on Eric when he draws.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So besides the bobble from the holster, nothing moved other than my hands to my eyes, right? I normally cover that at the beginning of the class. We talk about grip. I did forget to mention that, so thank you for bringing that up. But absolutely, the only thing that should be moving is my hands to my eyes. We should not be doing any sort of head ducking, squatting, anything like that. Just hands to the eyes and that's it. Because once you start adding other variables, it's going to lend itself to less consistency, and then again, just more time having to align everything properly. All right. I threw one high, so that again I used the same confirmation. I just saw a streak of red, felt good. I sent it, threw one high. It is what it is. All right, here we go. All right.
Stand by.
Okay, on this next one, those of you that are outside the A zone, I want an all alpha pace. I want you to do everything you can to get all alphas while still shooting as aggressive as you can. All right?
Stand by. All right, line is holstered. Tape everything outside the A.
I'm still not. Definitely not.
Lonnie. Do you not see the line of sight?
I hate this thing.
Right, stand by. Alright, one more time. Stand by. Alright, line's holstered. Tape anything outside the A.
Oh, I got it.
One. In my command, you can almost do it just like going in. Stand by. All right, one more time from this distance. No.
You out?
I don't know if this is weird, but we all shot that in a 6.66, dude. Let's try for a 7.77. Yesterday was Easter, dude. Stand by.
That was a lot better.
Go ahead, holster. Line is holstered. Let's go check your targets.
Couple close Charlies, dude. Looking good, man.
Getting there, brother. Getting there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so we got like the normal.
Non-binary? If your zero is off, I don't think it's off by much now that I'm looking. Unless you're holding somewhere else to correct it.
No, I'm feeling over here.
I think I would still like to look at it.
I ran out.
Like during lunch.
I was actually thinking, I think it was about at 15. 15? It seemed like it was.
Looking good.
John, you threw a Delta, by the way.
I did. Saw that. Shooting aggressive, dude. What do you want me to do?
What's supposed to be shooting? D20?
Was trying. Nate said. Nate said.
Living in the
I forget who it was, dude, but I saw some guy, it was a while ago, he shot a sub 2-second bill drill at 25 yards.
Oh, yeah?
That's the kind of shit that makes you just want to go, fuck this.
Yeah, I know.
I'm out.
Pacer, I want you guys to get 2 hits, at least touching the black paster. So that means level 3 confirmation. See what you need to see, prep the trigger, send the 2 rounds. I want the shots touching that black pasty. All right? All right, here we go. We're gonna start off with body, head, square. Go ahead and dry fire it. Body, head, square. Don't press the trigger. Just your vision, move your gun. Body, head, square. Get extra points if you go. All right, once you get a couple reps, back to the holster. All right, here we go. On the beat, body, head, square. Stand by. Okay, I want you to take a little bit more time on the square.
Okay.
I want you guys to get your hits on the square. That means see what you need to see, prep the trigger, send the rounds. All right, let's do the same one more time. Body, head, square. Body, head, square. Stand by. Dry fire. Head, square, body. Once you guys are holstered, I'm gonna step in front real quick. One other thing too, remember, depending on where you're zeroing, we're at 5 yards. There is going to be a little bit of an offset, right? So you may need to hold a little bit above the black pasty to get those shots, right? So Keen, I don't know if because you have a good group here, so you might be holding like right here on the bottom of it, and that's why you're a little bit low.
Okay.
So here I want you to take that little bit of extra time, put the dot where it needs to be, get the 2 rounds into the black, all right? All right, stand by. All right, we're gonna go square, body, head, square, body, head, high five, high five. So with the black hot before you disengage the black. All right, here we go. Stand by. All right, we're going to do that again. Part of this drill is also you need to manage your ammo. I don't want you running out in the middle of the sequence. All right, manage your ammo. Do tack reloads if you need to. All right, same thing. What was it? It was square.
Square body head.
I think it was square head.
It was square body head.
Square body head. Square body head. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so that's part of the confirmation levels is visualizing, is making sure that dot is where make sure on the next one, make sure it's there before you send it. All right, let's go. Body, square, head. Body, square, head. Dry fire. And there's also the 2 of the black paint sheets that you guys can shoot one of them. You can pick whatever one. All right, here we go. Stand by. All right, same thing.
Body square head. It looks good. It looks good though.
Body, square, head. Manage your ammo.
Head. Body, square,
Way
head.
too many steps.
What'd you do?
Square,
Stand by.
Head.
body, square, head.
Body, square, head.
Body square head.
All right. Body, head, body, square.
Body head.
Body, head, body, square. 4 iterations. Body, head, body, square. Dry fire. Stand by. That's good, man. That looks really good. All right, let's do that again. Stand by. All right, one more iteration. Head, square, body. Head, square, body. Dry fire.
Go, go.
Head, square, body.
Head square body. Stand by. We're gonna work on transitions next.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be your low hanging fruit is your transitions, because you are super slow going from the square to the body.
Yeah.
But you have so much. It's such a big zone to drive into. But you were like bop bop bop. You know what I
Right.
mean? Where it could be bop bop bop. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
On the square, where's the dot floating?
All right, everyone holstered. All right, step in front. All right. So again, this drill it specifically work on conformation levels, but it can also be a drill to work on transitions. Just talking to my man, he's crushing the conformation. He's doing really good with that. But where his low hanging fruit is going to be his transition. So like going from level 3 to 1. That you can be really aggressive with and transition there very quickly, because you're going from a target to a really big target, right? So that's what we're going to work on next, is how do we transition faster? How do we get off the target faster and onto a target faster? All right? Are there any questions on this one though? All right, go and punch up all your ammo, come right back. Questions on like one target, doing those transitions, right? So we shot 2 rounds here and then 2 rounds up here. Obviously the gun needs a recoil, right? So it's already going up there. So do you think it would be beneficial to like just kind of like let the gun float up, or do you think maybe like return the gun and then have to like bring it up? What do you guys think?
Let it float up.
Yeah, probably let it float up, right? So it looks something like this. Eyes and ears real quick. I'm just gonna do a quick demo. So this is what we wouldn't want. See how I had to bring the gun up, right? Versus something like this. See how on that third shot, I was already up at the head. I just let the gun recoil up there, right? Look, again, I'll do it again. So I just let the gun float up to the target, right? And the way I'm doing that is my eyes are going up there. So my hands just go to where my eyes are looking, right? Like we've been saying all day. So that's going to obviously be on one target. But most of the time when we are shooting our competitions, or again, if we're having to track a suspect or something like that, and we're shooting them, that's still target transitions, right? Where eyes are going to lead to where our gun's going to follow. And in a competition, let's just say you have these 2 targets next to each other, which is not out of the realm of possibility, right? What we want to do is we want to get off this target as soon as we're done shooting. Okay, how do we do that? Well, there's 2 ways. You can either do a trigger break exit. That's what it sounds like. As soon as the trigger breaks on your second shot, you're exiting the target. Or you can use a visual reference to where as soon as you see the dot move on the second trigger press, now you move. I like the trigger break exit. To me, I feel a tactile feel for me is a better reference marker for me. But some people like the visual aspect of it. So 2 ways to do it, it achieves the same thing. So it would look something like this. So I'm gonna transition to Lonnie's target, and I'm gonna just shoot 1 round, and then transition to Lonnie's target. All right. Versus, you guys see the difference there? So I'll do it again. So all I'm doing is I'm riding the recoil, right? I'm shooting my 1 round, I'm letting that gun recoil, moving my eyes, and I'm just precisely placing the gun in the spot I'm looking over here. That's exactly the drill that we're going to do now. It's going to be a trigger break exit drill, or as a visual, if you want to use the dot moving as your reference. But it's learning how to get off the target quickly, all right? Here's also what I don't necessarily want. What am I doing there? Overdriving it too, right? Because what I'm doing there is I'm not picking out a spot, I'm just throwing the gun. maybe we can start finding some rocks or some thing over there. It's gonna keep happening. I still rode the recoil, but it was slow, right? I still want to snap the gun to that point. Does that make sense? So again, also what we don't want is this. That's what I'm looking for. Snapping the gun over there, but not excessively using our entire body. My eyes are going and I'm snapping my hands to where I'm looking. Does that make sense? Any questions on this? So that's all we're gonna do is I want you guys to go left and right. You're gonna obviously be shooting your partner's targets. But all we're doing now, yeah, all A's please. Right. All we're doing now is on the beat, you're gonna shoot one round on your target in front of you, and then transition to a target to the right or to the left. Okay? Paying attention to where the dot lands. So it's just a 1 round drill. Any questions? John, anything to add? All right. Nate, anything? All right. Right here, guys.
Just all about pretzels.
Correct, yeah. So again, real quick, you're gonna shoot 1 round and transition. There's no shot on that second transition, all right? However, let's also actually think about something else here. Because we're transitioning, what could we also possibly do with it?
Prep it.
Exactly, maybe prep it depending on the transition, right? So you can also start practicing that. Obviously, if it's really like transition and you're trying to break that down, you probably don't have time to prep. But if I'm like transitioning from here to like somewhere over here, where now there's like a good chunk of time, maybe like a 30 or 40 transition, maybe you want to start thinking about prepping that down. So you can start practicing that now, right? So that's another skill that you have already learned. All right? All right. All right, load and make ready if you need to.
Boom.
All right, start pointing in on your target in front of you. On the beat, 1 round on your target, transition to a target to the left or to the right. Stand by. Nice. Stand by.
And then if you wanted to work left, you could
Reset on your own. Stand by.
And then
Shoot Josh's target in the O.
Watch your brakes. Move those eyes in that hand. Stand by. Keep returning back to the same target. Stand by. Again. Stand by.
you feel how you overdrove that?
Yeah,
Tension.
that
Just
little-
look.
Keep doing that. Stand by.
Both ways.
We're gonna do 3 more. 3 more. All right, here we go. Same thing. Stand by. Stand by. So your gun is coming back down on the same target. What I want you to do is on your brace, let the gun recoil, and just have it float to Keen's target. Okay. Stand by. Okay, one more time. Stand by. All right, holster up. All right, stepping in front. So that's gonna be exiting the target, right? So when we're done shooting the target, we need to exit it immediately. Any waste of time on that target, you're giving away points. Okay. Now we're gonna work on the back half, entering the target. Right. This is going to depend on obviously conformation levels that we talked about, and precisely picking out that spot with our vision. Okay. So the way that this works is the same thing. We're going to start with. I'll take a beat.
I got you. Stand by. Stand by.
Go back the other way.
Stand by. Stand by.
So there, what we're looking for is being able to pick out a spot in the middle, and as soon as we see our red break the curve of the A zone, we need to start initiating our shot. Why do we not want to wait until we're in the middle of the middle of the middle? Well, you're wasting time, right? But then also, by the time you register that you're pulling the trigger, now you're going to throw Charlie off to the right, okay? So as soon as that line breaks, entering the target, and you're in your intended A zone, that's when you start initiating that trigger press, all right?
Is the intent to stop moving over though instead of your shot as you hit the perf of the A zone, but the pistol still stops?
Yeah, so you're picking out that spot in the center, and that's where ultimately that gun is going to go. But as soon as, again, it's a confirmation level thing. If my red dot is in that A zone, I can start shooting, right? So as soon as that line, the red dot breaks the line, the perf, I can start shooting with the intention of that gun landing in the middle of the A zone.
Yeah, it should not keep streaking across, right? So if you go boop, you come across and you go boop, and then you're still going, you haven't picked out a spot specific, you just got lucky, right? It needs to stop to your intended point, but what he's saying is as soon as you see color, then I'm good to send it.
Yeah. So what you're looking for is not only when you fire the gun, hopefully but where the gun stopped as well, right? Because if by the time I transition, I stop and it's in the Charlie on the right, that means you overdrove it, right? So again, you're paying attention to where it's stopping as well. After, obviously, that's going to be you shoot your round, cool, where does the dot land? It's not where I really wanted it to, and then you go from there. All right. Any questions on that? Here we go.
So we start off at looking at a target that's not ours.
No, you start by looking at your target, and then when the beep goes, your eyes are going to transition to Salvador's target, and then you're going to fire your round. All right? So the beep is going to go off, eyes move, gun follows. All right? All right. Here we go. Stand by. Point in on your target. Stand by. Stand by. All right, those of you that have shots either before the A zone, like if you're going to the right and you're in the Charlie before the A zone, you're probably not being patient enough with your vision, and you're just sending it when you see red on brown. All right. Those of you that are overshooting it, you may not be picking out a precise spot in the middle of the A zone. Okay. All right, let's tape up everything outside the A.
All that shit in my pellet.
one shot per target for a total of 4. Stand by. I thought, dude, Nico did it. Thank you.
Yeah, 100% that was all I had.
Yeah, starting from the holster. Yeah. Yeah, from the holster. Not worried about your draw speed, so to speak, but from the holster, make sure you have a good grip and then start the drill. Stand by.
That's not me.
Stand by.
That was for sure.
Stand by. All right, everybody holstered? All right. Now the progression is going to be 2 shots for a total of 6 rounds. All right, we're going to talk about that though here in a second. Let's tape up everything outside the A zone. Still there, just could be a little bit better.
Yep.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Nice, dude. That was awesome. 256, 19. So the first transition was a little slow. It was a 19 split with a 29. Then you went to a 22 with a 23. So that last transition was really good. All right, nice job.
All right, thanks.
Good with your dog? All right, here we go. Close, middle, far. Stand by. Nice, dude. Was that first shot intentional on this one, or was that an over prep?
On the
middle target.
On the middle? No, that was intentional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fast, man.
That's what practice is for.
All right, dry fire. Far, middle, close. Far, middle, close. Here we go, stand by. So coming off this middle target, I'm sure you felt it. You were super slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so remember that. As soon as that trigger breaks, you're done shooting that, drive over here to this one. All right, middle, far, close. Middle, far, close. So I want you on this one. Make sure on that second up. Downrange.